star that lights the road. I take this ride. Just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. Maybe I could be the one. I'll ride to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
Welcome everyone to the 50% Le Mans. Davey Sarkis on pole for Damien Castro in P2. We've got Ahmed Silla in P3 from Nicholas Palomino, Lam Fong, Tom Leon, Lady Dragonsonic, UK Ball, and there's Vestio and Headley to round off Hypercar. For P2 start off with Sphere Muter and Olivier in the front row. Then we have Chris Bentley, Imran Khan, Zach Sakari Neto, Rocket Crumbly, Dominic De Benedetto, Baliga Lynx, Vinayak, and Sahal Mafford. Here we are for the most prestigious race in the WEC Championship. As the fire lights, they will be going away, and yes, they are away. The safety cars already prepared to pick up these drivers. And yes, Davey Sarkis being in first position here, this is gonna be good. Like, very, very good, I'm telling you that. For the Brazilian driver. See, if we go back to 2020 last season, out at Le Mans, Davey Sarkis had won that race. Now, I don't think he's won any other races in this series. I think that's been his only one in WEC. I'm certain on that one, which I'm very sure I am correct, which I am. Davey Sarkis has only ever won that one race in Le Mans. No other races have been won. And if he can get his second race victory also at Le Mans, it will be an incredible achievement. Like, not only will he enter the list, like the ever so expanding list of double winners, he would also become the one who's only done it at Le Mans, which is absolutely crazy. No strategy to talk about today. It is raining. We've got intermediate tyres on every single car, Hypercar and LMP2. So what this does mean is, strategy is all going to depend on the weather. If it dries up, then we'll see some interesting strategies come in. If it gets heavier, we could see drivers trying to gamble at wet at different times. In Hypercar as well, Ahmed Silla's got a big job here to try and defend his championship lead. Currently leading the championship right now by 7.5 points to Nicholas Palomino. Palomino in 4th, Silla in 3rd. This is looking good for Ahmed Silla as we head towards the 35% bar rate after this. But let's see, can Silla do anything about it? I mean, Palomino, can he do anything about it to try and overturn that gap? Well, let's find out as the safety car pulls into the pits. And here we go, 34 laps of racing will begin now. And Davey Sarkis is the one leading the way. He's had a good getaway, and that's exactly what he needs if he wants to try and win this race. But of course, we know strategies, they will change everything. Ahmed Silla's got a warning straight away, and that's not what you want to see. In the LMP2 field, Muter and Oliviera, they will change places. Christian Bentley, who won last time out, is looking to go on the inside. On back to Oliviera, does so to try and take second place in the LMP2 class, but the WRT defends and is up into second once again and is going to attack the Jota in front. As, wow, we're getting fights already, and that's exactly what we need to see here. Damien Castro looking for a move on Davey Sarkis in Hypercar. Down the inside at the hairpin, taking the place. He's got a corner cut warning. That looks like it's a final warning as well, which is not what you want to see. And that exit for Davey Sarkis is really good. He's approaching Castro at a good speed. However, they seem to be pretty equal. So Sarkis is going to get a big stand, and he does so. He sends it into that final chicane. Castro cuts him off and is still in the lead. Of course, this is Castro's not home race really. But yeah, we're in France, and I guess Quebec's in France. Quebec's in Canada this week. Okay, I'm messing everything up right now. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry for the awkwardness there, as Oliviera now leads in LMP2 So it looks like she did get the place on Muta, who's going to go for another overtake down the inside into that chicane. Beautiful move, nicely done. But look at this. Davy Sarakiera and Damien Castro are just pulling out in front. Scylla and everyone else has just been left behind. And unfortunately for Nicholas Palomino, he's still down on Scylla. He's got to do something. No DRS because we're in rainy conditions. So Palomino's big hope here for this race is that Scylla has an issue. And then also Sarakiera and Castro have issues. That would be Palomino's best hope. But as it stands, he's looking to be slower than Scylla. Possibly even slower than Lam Fong, who won last time out in the Process de Monaco. And yeah, Lam Fong's catching at a quick rate, but he's got 2 warnings now. Maybe he's pushing that car a bit too much because he's going off the track and you can't be doing that. That is going to result in you getting a penalty, which you don't really want. Later Sonic, he had a little look to try and overtake Tom Leon. However, Tom Leon successfully defended his 6th place. And that is what he needed. David Sarakiera, and what if he'll be feeling a desperation to get past Castro? Like, does he want to get this move done in the short term to try and pull away an advantage? But he could well try that. Ahmed Silla, though, luckily for him, he's managed to catch up to David Sarakiera. And this is very bad news for Palomino, but it looks like he may end up joining this. He may end up joining this fight very soon, as the 10 hypercars and 10 LMP2s are quite a distance from one another. And Castro, he has pulled out a very good advantage out in front. Sarakiera, though, pushing a lot more through that chicane, taking risks. Castro's the one not taking risks. And still looks like he's took an even bigger risk because he's dropped back quite a lot of time. Of course, in these raining conditions, it's very unpredictable. Like, what are these drivers going to do? Do they want to take risks to gain time? But also, of course, crashing is a possibility. Or they not want to take risks and just try and maintain their position. Well, Sarakiera, I think he's willing to take a risk here, as he's going to want to try and send it. Of course, he's last place in this championship, so he's got nothing to lose. Literally nothing to lose. He's on 28 points this season. There we go! Trying to go down the inside. Of course, at Le Mans, remember, you earn 50 points for a win, so it would be huge in the championship. Any win at Le Mans is huge, but there we go. Castro comes by and is back into the lead this race for Power Motorsport Hypercar. David Sarakiera is following in second, with Ahmed Silla making gains, but that send at the hairpin has become very costly for the Brazilian driver. As we look further back, Ahmed Silla and Palomino into a fight. I'm sorry about the slag. I don't know what's going on, but Palomino trying to get ahead of Silla. That was his best chance yet. The Toyota, though, finally showing he has pace. He's got pace when he needs it. And he needs it now. And he's using it very well. As I'm going to try to look down the inside, Christian Bentley's got a penalty for causing collision, down in 6th place in his class. As Palomino moves up into 3rd. And this is really good for the World Championship. As it stands, he will be 1.5 points back on Ahmed Silla, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that would be 1.5 points. So now Palomino's got to try and get ahead of Sarakiera, which he can do using Slipstream. But yeah, looking at where the LMP2 cars are at, I predict that at around lap 12, possibly like in between lap 12 and 15, the race leaders in Hypercar will be on the back of the LMP2s, which is obviously not a good sign for them. So they'll be hoping rain clears around then so they can just get into the pits and avoid them. That's what their biggest hopes will be here. 88% on the tires of Damien Castro. Now, I think they might get to the end, but it would be, they would be dead tires pretty much. David Sarakiera really falling off this race. He might be trying to conserve, as his tires are on 87%. Castro's also on 87%, so that's not a good look there. Really not a good look. As Palomino has got this 3rd place in the bag at the moment, but of course anything can happen. Lam Fong right on the back of Ahmed Silla. If he can get this place, this will be good for him. Lam Fong currently 7th in the Hypercar standings, so if he can get this place, that's just going to be more points which he can use to his advantage. But yeah, Silla, he's not having a good time right now out on track. He started third, he maintained the village, just completely fell off. His inters just clearly are not working for him. Tom Leon, he wants to try and get ahead of Lam Fong, but he can't do that now. He's got to focus on Blade Round Sonic, who's going for an attack. The Toyota will try and send it in turn one, possibly no. Forcing Tom Leon to an inside line, but that seems to be the better lines throughout there. Which means Tom Leon is propelled in 6th still, and he's now right on the back of that Alpine. Of course, Alpine reigning Constructors Champions. Now, can Tom Leon do anything about this? Can he get himself up into 5th position? Well, he's going to try for it at the chicane. Can't get the move done yet. But meanwhile, Palomino and Silla locked in the battle again. Tom Leon picks up a penalty, and there's contact between Palomino and Silla. The two championship rivals have collided. Silla gets a penalty, but Palomino's race is ruined as there's contact, and he's out. UK cannot react to that. He's got a penalty. We've got a virtual safety car, but Silla has took out his championship rival and is in 3rd place still, and he's coming in. He's into the pits. And he's in for another set of intermediates by the looks of things, possibly. No, they're dries! They're dries, and it's VSC. So, his penalty will not have as much of an impact. But what a play this was! By Ahmed Silla. Whether it's intentional or not, this is huge for the World Championship. Like, I can't believe it. There is a very, very big possibility that Nicholas Palomino is going to drop a lot of places in the hypercar standings, and I can't believe we've just seen that. Magda Oliveira staying out, almost making contact with Theo. Jeez, what is this LMP2 doing? Zach Scarinetto as well, staying out for Vimor. Theo in 8th place at the moment, and he is right on the back of Oliveira. He's got to try and get through, but that's not happening. The V-Boy is attacking him. As DRS is enabled for Theo, he's going to have a look to Oliveira and is up into 7th. Lam Fong fastest in the middle sector. That is him right here in 4th position. And he's got Ahmed Silla right in front. As of course our 5-second penalty for Silla. Obviously, as you can see, it has put him right into the hands of Lam Fong, but DRS down here never works. You just lose a lot of speed because you need to brake a lot more, and that's going to allow Blade Round Sonic, who does not have DRS, no one gets DRS down the straight, to try and attack the Alpine, looking at the inside, forcing him on the inside line, but that's the line that worked out, but it's a penalty. Lam Fong has got a penalty, and now, with Blade Dragon Sonic right behind, this is not at all what he needs. As a Nigerian who will also be wanting to make up some places in this championship, has got a perfect opportunity now to get that place. And he's looking to the inside and takes 4th position, but he goes completely wide. Lets Lam Fong by easily. But Blade Johnson is not going to give up now. He's sending it. He cuts the corner, takes the place. No penalty given for that. Christian Bentley got another penalty added to his name. Somehow still in a really solid position. I'm sure that's 5th. Yes, it's 5th in his class still. As Davis Arquera sets a 1-minute lap time. He is going to try and close in on Damian Castro right here. But yeah, Lam Fong being stubborn about this, not wanting to give up his position. So yeah, I just can't believe this. What a race we're having at Le Mans right now. It's been absolute cinema as Theo gets a penalty. That's both Alpines with a penalty. Blade Sonic's got a penalty. Maybe this is why Lam Fong was just holding him up. Trying to pressure him into a mistake, possibly? Well, it certainly worked. And now Fong can try and close up on Silla once again. Severe Mute has got 3 warnings. Next violation is a straight up penalty. No matter what. As now we have UK Ball and Thierry Headley, not separated by much. Headley has well raced this season. He got 2nd place in Monaco as well. Of course, bad start of the season really, as Sahal Mafford and De Benedetto both get 5-second time penalties. Damian Castro's also got 1. And this here is going to be another game changer. And what did I tell you? Lap 12. we would see the hypercars catch up to the LMP2s. I guess I'm just the best at predicting things because hypercars are now catching LMP2s. Wow. But yeah, this thing has completely changed the outcome of this race, I think. This penalty for Damien Castro is not going to help him at all. As UK Ball now picks up a penalty, every hypercar except Tom Leon, Ahmed Silla, and Davy Cerquiera have penalties. Only Cerquiera and Tom Leon have not gotten a penalty this race, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Castro is going to have to try and really push through these guys. Maybe he can try and get them to block Cerquiera, but I doubt they'll do that. As legally in the rules, they cannot hold up a hypercar. There are blue flags. Blue flags exist. They've got to try and let them by without any hassle, as Davy Cerquiera pushes by them all, and he's got no issues at all. And he's very much getting closer and closer to that Power Motorsport out in front. After clearing a big group of the LMP2s, he is free to start pushing once again, as Ahmed Silla picks up another penalty. Oh god, this is bad for him. Very bad, as Davy Cerquiera's got DRS. He's got DRS. Tom Leon's got a penalty, so does now. All 9 hypercars that are in this race, 8 of them have got penalties. Davy Cerquiera is the only clean one right now. Now, he will be getting DRS, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get a move done. So he's going to have to brake heavily into that chicane, and that's never what you want, because you just lose way too much time, as I mentioned prior to this. So, yep, as you can see there, losing that time, Castro pulls away, as we're now on the 14th lap of 35, which is the 13th racing lap of 34 today. So we've not got long left now. We've got, what was that, like 22 racing laps left. As into the pits comes Blade Sonic, serving his penalty. Lamfong's picked up another penalty here in the Alpine. Blade Sonic moving on to the medium tyres. Let's see how they will perform. But what's going to happen with LMP2s? Will Sophia Muir be able to get ahead of Blade Sonic? Well, I don't think so, as he's coming out the pits now. And that LMP2 will not be an issue for Blade Dragon Sonic. He will be in clean air, but will he end up catching Thierry Headley? That is also a possibility, as Cerquiera's got DRS once again. Damien Castro is getting up to some more LMP2s, getting real close to them. As, into the pits comes Castro. Castro's trying to get an undercut. Of course, if he can get an early undercut, right, like if he can get a couple lap undercut 2 or 3, maybe he can just keep the lead. But we don't know if he will, because look at this, there's also some other hypercars coming by, which he's gonna have to try and worry about. Well, not try and worry about, try not to worry about. As yep, there they go. That's Versio and Tom Leon, who have just passed by. You now have to try and get ahead of them. And if he does get ahead of Versio, I don't think Tom Leon will try. Oh! Davy Cerquiera's into the wall. Ignore that, because that there is a very big moment in this Grand Prix. Because, yep, he's got a penalty right now, which is obviously not going to be good. He's hit the wall, and this he has practically gifted the lead to Damien Castro. There's only a 12.3 second gap between these guys. And is he going to have a look into the hairpin? Yes, he will. Taking that place easily. Imran Khan's got a 5-second penalty in LMP2 class. As Cerquiera's into the pits. 33% tyres. Them tyres were gone. And he's coming in to fit on the medium tyres. Ahmed Silla staying out. Of course, got no reason to pit yet. Lam Fong is also staying out. Silla's on to 3 warnings now. 4 track limits. As Davy Cerquiera, of course, he's leaving the pits, but Castro is long gone. And just look at all these LMP2s that Castro and Tom Leon are passing by right now. Tom Leon's on to 10 seconds of penalties now. As Blade Sonic also has picked up a penalty. He's got 5-second time penalty added on. And Tom Leon's been held up by that LMP2. And through goes Castro. Tom Leon finally finding the space to get past And that there has lost him a couple seconds. Sophia Muto has a 5-second penalty. And Lamphong and Silla still yet to pit. But Castro's only 6 seconds off the lead right now, as Neto's just picked up a penalty for VMore Racing. So yeah, the interesting orange steering wheeled car is currently second in the class. Imran Khan coming out the pits. But could we possibly see some more rain later on? That's not impossible. It's in the third sector. Something has happened further back, but I don't know what it was. Lamphong on 15 seconds of penalty, so that is ridiculous. But there we go. He moves on to the medium tyre. As Versio is going to pass by easily. That is an awful pit stop for him. Of course, 15 seconds is massive. I don't know how he managed to get that. As Blade Outside picks up yet another penalty onto 10 seconds of penalties. There are penalties being given out left, right and centre right now. As that's rain! Rain is here! And this here is really good for Ahmed Silla. I was just saying 1 lap ago about could we be seeing more rain, because it certainly looked like it. And Porsche Hertha made the decision to pit Silla onto Inters. That's what I would do if I was them. As here we go, more Inters coming on for Damien Castro. But what about UK Ball? Will they be pitting him down to Power Motorsport? Like, they've got the gap, but no, they're keeping him out. They're keeping him out for 1 more lap. Damien Castro's going to come out the pits very soon. Silla's right there. So it looks like Castro may have been held up slightly by Silla. You came on to another penalty for track limits. Stephen Headley's just picked up a penalty as well. Just how quickly will Silla catch these top 2? Because it is very clearly raining. And yep, there's just no fight there. Headley lets Silla by. Obviously he knows Silla's in this championship fight a lot more than him. And a good result would definitely propel Silla's lead to possibly an insurmountable margin. Because as it stands, I think he would be the champion. If I'm not mistaken, and there's more contact. There's chaos, and out of the race goes Ahmed Silla, and Castro's the wrong way round. Headley's hit him, and jeez, oh my god, there's carnage on the first lap of the Inters being back onto these drivers. Virtual safety car has been deployed, and I just don't understand what's going on here. How has this happened? Just how? As the virtual safety car comes to an end, Ukemo gets away, but he can't get past that LMP2. It's holding him up, he's trying to get past, doing everything in his power, but nothing can be done. The two are fighting in the pits. On goes the Inters for Ukemo. Sahal Moffat's in the pits, both of them with 10-second penalties, which means this is going to be a head-to-head battle between these two. If Ukemo can get this right, he could see himself past that LMP2. As you can see, the tyres, they're getting changed, and Sahal Matford will stay on lap from Ukemo. Thus, Theo has picked up a 5-second time penalty, currently running in 3rd position right now. Well, as it stands, he will lose that place. As Sophia Muter and Zach Scarinetto are doing pretty well in that class. And Christian Bentley's time is down on 9%. He's managed to get 10 laps out of them softs. In WEC, I thought that'd be impossible, but look what he's just done. He's made the impossible possible. Well, he's in the pits, 7% left on his tyres. I don't know if they would have made another lap, to be honest. He was just crawling around that track as well. And Ongo the Inters for that Freedom Racing. First of all, serving a 5-second time penalty. As now we're on to the 20th lap, but look at that. Castro, he has stayed out, but he has got damage. Of course, from that chaos earlier, he still managed to lead it. But with Silla being out of this race, and Nicholas Palomino also being out, what will this mean for the lead of this championship? Because I bet there will be a change into the 35% of Sakir. Which means Silla won't lead this championship. Like, that is a very bold prediction. I bet it will happen though. because Damian Castro, 11.5 points behind, as it stands in this championship, he could be on to win. But Tom Leon, don't discount him at all, because he's right here. A race like this, 50 points gained, will put him into this championship fight, I think. It might put him in contention for the 35% of Sakir if he gets ahead of Damian Castro right now, and he's going to look to do it very easily into the last two corners. And what an overtake that was. Absolutely easy. That was just absolutely easy for him. Imran Khan onto a 1 warning now for track limits. Later on, in 4th place from Davy Sarakiera, Lam Fong and U-Cable. So yeah, no one has a penalty now except Verse Theo, which is not good for the Brazilian. As Lam Fong also picks up a warning. He's now on 2 warnings. Of course, we've seen penalties being dished out everywhere. So Oliveira is the next one to get a penalty. David Serraquera under massive threat now from Lam Fong. It is Arrows versus Alpine right now, 5th position in Hypercar and overall. As here goes Lam Fong, looking to try and make a move, but can't get it done just yet. I'm sure his time will come this race, but very clearly, it is not now. So just what will the Alpine do here? As he's just closing and closing on Davy Serraquera. Lejon's like up here in 4th place. He's maintaining it pretty well. Crumley's picked up a penalty, so now both the Jota cars have got penalties. Oh, sorry, wait. No, because Mutants of Jota. Oliveira's in the WRT. Sorry about that. Got a little bit of confusion going on. Imran Khan has got a nice comfortable lead, I will say, in this class. Christian Bentley, his tyres are 2 laps fresher than the other LB2s, but he is nowhere near Khan and Crumley at the moment, so yeah. Oh, Castro then drops down a 3rd. That front wing damage, you can't have that in the rain. It is really impacting his downforce. In the rain, you already lack downforce anyways, because you need a lot of it, but these cars just don't provide enough downforce when it comes to wet weather conditions, and having a broken front wing is going to make it even worse. And there's your explanation of why Castro has got no more pace left. Lejon's like, he's got an opportunity to try and get ahead of Castro. He's finally making the move to pull alongside. Lejon's like up in a 3rd place. Damian Castro now down in 4th, and his day went from good to bad to worse. And you can say that without a doubt. Of course, Power Motorsport will not be happy with this as well, as their championship chances will start to crumble. I don't know, they may even be out of contention before we know by the time we get to Sakir. Christian Bentley has a 5-second penalty now for track limits and Thierry Headley. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on here with Headley. Has he got damage? No, he's not. Wait, I don't know who that was then Headley was trying to get past. I think that was just a lapped LMP2. As Zax Carey Neto picks up 3 warnings now. And LMP2 have got a lot of penalties dished out. Crumley all the way down to Oliveira all have penalties. Yeah, I just can't believe the dominance we're seeing now from Muta and Neto. Because I think Khan's not even pit recently. What happened to him then? Or was just Neto being rapid? Because I swear Khan was right on these guys. I don't think he was actually. I might have just read things wrong earlier. Who knows? We are on a lap 24 out of 35 here. Lam Fong picks up a 5-second penalty for track limits. And how are the tyres doing for our race leader Tom Leon? Well, as you can see, they're on 86%, I think that says. Yep, 86. And despite this 5-second penalty, he should be in the lead this race still. So yeah, he's done an excellent job today. Tom Leon was picking up the pieces when Serraquera fell down. And this here would be an excellent result for Arrows, who I'm sure at the bottom of the championship. I think they're 9-10 as well for Hypercar, which is not what you want. That is just the worst 2 position that you can get. Castro now down in 7th. U-Cable is ahead of him. I don't know what happened with Power Motorsport this season, but they have really fell off the pace. Of course, do you remember the days of the Alpine and Aston Martin fights? Of course, with Aston Martin being gone, Alpine are they're supposed to be the more dominant team here. I'm sure Alpine is the most successful team in this championship, but I could be wrong. I think Porsche are also right in that list. But for a race like today, it's just obviously gonna really be bad for Porsche. As, yep, Thierry Hadley in last place in hypercar with a penalty, and Silla being out this race. Also, penalty, of course, penalties do not transfer over into the next race. Later, like, he can probably see Verstappen, well, like, right up in front. Like, there shouldn't be any spray on these cars. We don't see it, so I don't think they should see it. Oh, wait. Another penalty coming in for Verstappen. I just saw that. Down to 10 seconds of penalties. And he's going to try and go for the move here on that United Autosports car of Imran Khan, letting him by easily. Blajal Soik has now got to try and get past. Looks like he's trying to stick to the inside. There we go. Possibly getting a little bit of a tow. But as it stands, Blajal Soik will finish second in this race. Davy Serrachiera, I don't know about him. I don't think he will finish third. Unless he can get closer to Verstappen, I don't think third is on for him at the moment. You came on just 2 warnings for track limits now. Castro now down to 8th, no longer last in the class. And yeah, what a disaster it's been for him. He went for a pretty big lead to nothing. Down 30 seconds to the race leader almost. As Sahal Mahmoud has now got another penalty. He's on at 10 seconds, which is very, very suboptimal. Zach Scarinetto now with another penalty. And a penalty's not what we want right now, but Imran Khan being miles away, it shouldn't be an issue for him unless he's genuinely quicker than Muta. Then that will be a big impact on his race. It will probably knock his confidence going forward as well, which is quite suboptimal if you ask me. Tom Leon leading the way. I just can't believe his pace is out. It's been incredible to see. Of course, I don't really think I can't talk. I don't really think you'd expect him to win today, but look at him. He's dominating with a 7-second lead over Verstappen, like a 6-7 second lead. As Thierry Hadley picks up another penalty for track limits, but even then, he would still be ahead of Castro, which is wild. And look at that, the rain's cleared. The rain's gone, which means drivers should start coming to the pits now. As once again, changing conditions. We started this race on inters, we went to drives, we went back to inters, and it looks like we're going back to drives again. So, 3 weather changes impacting this race by the looks of it. No, Tom Leon staying out. Who's going to be the first to make the call though onto the dry tyre? Who will be first to do it? Well, certainly none of these guys. Looks like Blajal Sonic might, and yep, he is. He's the first one to make the call. Of course, with no penalties, hopefully he can try and get on to that fresh tyre as quick as possible. No hold-ups there, in for his 4th stop of the day. And look at that perfectly executed stop. But here's the thing, softs are not going to last that long. As Henley passes by, he's in 3rd place right now. But this here could be a move that changes the entire lead of this race. If Blajal Sonic has a very good outlap, there is a chance that he could lead the race by the time Tom Leon leaves pits, which is going to be very bad news for the Arrows driver, as the gap is just crumbling. It went from 28 at the start, now down to 25 seconds. He's constantly bringing in that time, and this is very bad news for our race leader, Tom Leon. As Blajal Sonic slowing down, you can hear it in the revs. As Thierry Hadley is right there, into the pits now comes Tom Leon versus Theo, and I imagine Thierry Hadley. Blajal Sonic's got to try and get past. He's got DRS, but he's only just going for it. And I think Tom Leon may just lead this race. I don't know how much it'll be by, but I'm sure he'll be leading this. As round the final corner, Blajal Sonic is storming. Here is Tom Leon. Here is Blajal Sonic. The two are close, but in the end, it's Tom Leon who prevails. But here's the thing, Blajal Sonic has got a 5-second penalty. The track limits. Did not see that one coming. And that is very bad for his race right now. But yes, what I was going to say is he will have DRS. He's on a quicker tyre. He's got to make use of that tyre while it's in good condition. It's already down onto 87%, as Castro also in for his 4th stop. After getting rid of his old tyre, Imran Khan with a 5-second penalty once again, in 11th place overall, 3rd in the LMP2 class. Christian Bentley and Deventetto both in right now for their next stops. Now, it looks like that is Damian Castro yet coming out the pits. And he's finally got that front wing fixed, but the damage has already been done. In fact, it went so bad, Sophia Mutter in the LMP2 Jota car is literally ahead of him overall. And there was initially a whole pit stop gap between the LMP2s and the hypercars. So yeah, I think that just tells you everything you need to know about Castro's pace from earlier on. As we're on the 30th lap today, we're 6 laps to go in the 50% of Le Mans, and we are currently 35 minutes into the recording, which is wild. You don't really see this much. In fact, I wonder what the longest F1 Classic race was of all time, including WEC and F1 both. Here we go, Tom Leon. He's trying to get ahead of this LB2. He's going to try his best. That is a Freedom Racing, actually. We're just like, we'll try and get by. I think, no, he slows down. He's slowed down a lot. I don't know why. But nonetheless, he's through anyways. But Tom Leon's going to just expand his advantage out in front. Dave Serracura has got a good chance to get 3rd. This is good damage limitation. He cables in 3rd, which I did not expect. I didn't even notice that initially. Now, I think Castro should be on the back of Sophia Mutter very shortly. The two are not separated by much. And there isn't damage on Castro's car. Sophia Mutter also has not got damage. Yeah, I don't really know what to say now, because the race has finally simmered down after 31 laps. 31 laps it took for the race to properly simmer down. We just got chill racing, the drivers driving like they should. Both Tom Leon and Blake Alsonic have penalties now, which means these two now in a legitimate battle for the race win. No DRS for Blake Alsonic, which is probably best for him down the straight. But look at that battery deployment, the battery going right down. So Hal Mafford's got a 5-second penalty for track limits. But yes, turning off that battery when he needs to, but that extra speed into chicane has lost him a lot of valuable time once again. Serracura's also picked up a penalty there, so now he is fighting UK ball for position here. But with his tyres wearing the way they are, I don't see him being ahead of UK ball anytime soon. Well, scrap that. UK ball's just picked up another penalty, and that's going to cost him time. Versio, I'm about to say he could get him in the 5th, but look at that, he's just picked up a penalty. God, I don't understand this race, you know. As yes, Castro is ahead of Sophia Mutter. You had that temporary moment of being ahead of a hypercar legitimately. Theo Headley's picked up a penalty. They're literally picking up penalties in order right now. Castro, I think you might end up picking up a penalty here at turn 2. That's my prediction. My very valid prediction. Like, the way this race has been going, I wouldn't be surprised. Man, it didn't work out, but Sophia Mutter, oh, never mind, Castro did pick up one. I am so good at predicting this. Like, so good at predicting it. Tom Leon, Blake Alsonic, not separated by much now. Blake Alsonic, he's picked up another penalty, and this is really good for Tom Leon. He continues to lead the way. He's on the mediums. The softs are falling off now. 54%. The softs are not going to last long. They will make it to the end of the race, but their tyres will be gone. I guess I'll have a valid excuse to say, my tyres are gone. My tyres are gone. Deventetto, he's just picked up a penalty there. He's down in last place. Dead last overall and LMP2. That is the worst result you can get, especially after a nice 2nd place in the Process de Monaco. Damian Castro currently in 8th place right now, trying to chase down Theo Headley to do some damage limitations. Zach Carinetto currently in 10th place without a penalty. This is perfect for him, but can he make up the time he needs on Sophia Mutter to take the LMP2 win here? It'll be a great race for the VMOR That's her now. Picking up a penalty. Okay, scrap that. Everyone has a penalty. Instead of everyone is here, we've got everyone has a penalty. Okay. As you can tell, I'm starting to slowly lose my mind. We're on the penultimate lap now of this race. Tom Leon still running in first place. What a drive it's been from him so far. And he is going to soon be on to the final lap of this race. He's picked up 3 warnings. He's got to be careful, you know. Not really. BS picks up warning. He's definitely got to be careful. And he's got to try and get more pace. Because Sarah Chiara has got a chance to take second in this race. And make it an Arrows 1-2. As long as he does not pick up another penalty. And gets past LMP2 quickly. It should be possible. But, oh, is he going for it? Yes, he is. Well done, Davey. You've made the move. And yep, we're now 40 minutes into recording. This is getting wild now. I can't believe it. As yep, we're on the final lap of this race now. Dave Cerqueira on the back of UK Ball. Could he try and get past him for a legitimate on-track position? I don't know, but Tom Leon has not got long left now. He is going to soon be right at the checkered flag. He's picked up a penalty, but it's not going to matter in the end because there's only 2 more corners to go and Tom Leon can call himself a Le Mans winner. It is going to happen, I'm telling you that right now. Oh my god. I can't believe he's done it. Tom Leon wins the 50% of Le Mans and is now officially a Le Mans winner in this series. Blade Dragon's going to come home for 2nd place. It's an incredible race result for him. UK Ball's going to finish 3rd there, but will he keep that? Because Lanfong's coming to the line. Oh, there's contact. He's got a penalty at the very end, and it's cost him. That would have been his podium. First, he'll set a fast lap of this race. But it looks like David Cerqueira also just misses out as well on that podium place. Muir all the way down has been lapped. Lynx downwards has been lapped twice. Headley sets a fast lap of this race. Damian Castro, who was looking so clear to win this, he's going to look to finish 8th and is dead last in the hypercar class. Imrat and Khan looking for a 3rd place result in LMP2. However, that is going to get ruined, I think, by Racket Crumbly. Possibly. I don't know. But it's going to be close. I can tell you that. It will be a close one. As Khan crosses the line, there's going to be Crumbly. We've got no intel on the gap between them, so we'll find out after. Vinayak's going to come home for 13th place overall. Tom Leon, your race winner today for Arrows Hypercar. Then it's Blade Dragon Sonic in 2nd place. And then UK Ball. So, the 2 F1 teammates at what's now known as Hyperdrive, 2nd and 3rd, but they're in separate teams here in WEC, so that doesn't matter. Tom Leon, though, adding his name to the list of Le Mans winners. Well done to him. Been an incredible race. Blade Sonic, 2nd place, is perfect in this World Championship, and UK Ball getting 3rd is also going to be really good. These 3 drivers will have some huge gains in this championship. So that lets us into the Brazilian national anthem. Hypercar from Blade Down Sonic and UK Ball. There's Davey Cerqueira, Castillo, Lanfong, Davey Headley, Castro. That's a Hypercar for LMP2. It's Fiumias, that's Gabinetto, Racket Crumbly, who did get that place from Imran Khan. There's Vinayak, Banniger Lynx, Sahal Mafford, Chris Bentley, Magda Olivier, and Tommy Tuedetto. The only retirees being in Hypercar with Ahmed Silla and Nicholas Palomino, which are the top 2 fighters for the championship. I don't think they are anymore. Well, the close you got the standings on screen, I don't know them, but you do. And with that, we're done with 5% Le Mans. Can't wait to see you next time for the finale when WEC returns with 35% of Bahrain. See you then and have a good day.